What is going on? Welcome back to Fanatic Journey. So today when I talk to you on Lucid, it did have a pretty epic day. I want to go over some of the current data points, what drove it higher, and everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So Lucid did go up 8.7%. Pretty epic day. And a lot of people might be saying, well, it's just more of a pump, like a pump and dump or whatever else. Based on this, so these are some of the transactions that did occur on the secondary market above $100,000, does signal that big money was legitimately buying. So that the whole pump and dump aspect, maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see if these gains do hold tomorrow. But on a technical level, things are looking good as well. So I'm going to touch on all that. But 1.12 million, 1.41 million, $8.42 million transactions. So like I said, a lot of big money has been looking at Lucid. And even surprisingly, shorts found it advantageous to close out some of their positions. So 510,000 shares were returned. 30.96% of the free float is being shorted. So it's good to see it's kind of moving away from the all-time highs. Hopefully, at least in the short term. 274.03 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 23.52. So the way I interpret this information, with Lucid being green and shorts returning today, it does kind of validate the actual green day. So it's not just, once again, like I said, more of a pump and dump. And over and above that, though, there was no official news from Lucid, no SEC filings or whatever else. There was this that was floating around, and I have given him a lot of praise in the past, but 𝗖𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗛. I honestly think, no disrespect to Peter, he should be CEO. He's the most knowledgeable. He knows in and out the market, and he's very, very well spoken, almost like a million times more than or better than Peter. But he does allude to in this 49-second clip that there's been thousands of vehicles produced, or I guess assembled, from the AMP-2 facility. So that's definitely a lot higher than what we were previously made aware of, I think around 700 to 800. So AMP-2 definitely kicking ass, and rightfully so, right? They have everything at their disposal to ensure things are done ASAP, especially based on the recent milestone that Lucid did post. Surprisingly, they didn't put out any PR. So I think whoever's doing their PR needs to really step it up, but they did hit their 10,000 vehicle delivered milestone. I think it was over this last week. So it's something that I feel like does need to change. Like, that is legitimately the perfect PR. That is defining, right? That's a very big milestone. And for Lucid just to do a random tweet and other social media, I kind of find that unsatisfactory, but what do I know, right? I'm just going to quickly play this 49-second clip, but once again, he kind of does talk on how there's been thousands of vehicles assembled.
We started the plant in King Abdullah Economic City in September 23rd of last year. We had a big ceremony, and we were ahead of schedule. As you said, we've got now thousands of vehicles that have been assembled in the plant. So, our goal has always been to have full manufacturing done, and to have a manufacturing plant really, up and running, it takes anywhere from 3 to 4 years. It doesn't matter which part of the country or you're making it, or which part of the globe you're making it. So we started that factory already. I can definitely tell that the full manufacturing plant is also being constructed around the building that we finished last.
So yeah, there you have it. I have the utmost respect for 𝗖𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗛. He is the man. And for those of you that didn't listen to his, I think it was like a 45-minute podcast, he went on and talked on every aspect of Lucid. You can actually listen to that 45-minute podcast and get more information and news from that than Lucid has put out officially in the last 2 years. So he definitely is undervalued, and probably, in my opinion as well, underpaid. So based on the technicals with everything today, a lot of people really do like the Elliott wave technicals, and with it actually above this pivot point of $2.93, it is anticipated to get anywhere from $4.84 to $5.19. So the technicals are looking very much primed and ready for a nice run up. And for those of you that have been watching my channel, the Elliott wave technicals have been on point. It predicted the 250 low, or I think 255 low, then it predicted the 290. Literally, this has been on point. So potentially $5 might be in the foreseeable future. So we'll just have to wait and see. But over and above that though, tomorrow it does open up right here. So for those of you that want to pose questions to management, so that opens up on February the 7th, 2:30 Pacific and then 5:30 Eastern. So make sure you guys put some good questions out there to obviously get some necessary answers, right? Not just plain as day, like what are you doing to help the stock price? Because nobody can really answer that, right? How is Peter going to be, and plus on a side note, this is going to be the first earnings that he doesn't have Sherry backing him up. So I think in among itself, it's going to be a very interesting earnings regardless. But let me know your thoughts on this upcoming earnings. Do you think Peter's going to do a good job, or do you think he is not? I don't know. Also on a side note, make sure you guys subscribe and all that other fun jazz, because I'm going to be live streaming that. So that'll be a pretty good earnings. Looking at options though, $640,000 in calls being purchased versus 321 in puts. Sentiment wise, today was a little bit more of a 180, so a nice change of events. 51% of all the options being done today were bullish. So the tides are turning with Lucid, slowly but surely. And I feel like a lot of people are looking for value in the market, and EVs are slammed. I think that's the whole market's been crap for the last 6 months, even longer than that. So I feel like right now is, especially with the Feds as well, potentially cutting rates sooner rather than later, maybe as soon as May, that is giving a lot more optimism to Lucid and other companies, right? Because Elon did say in the recent earnings that their success is going to be very much contingent on the rates and whether they are cut sooner, and if it's at by the end of the year, then obviously Tesla won't do as good. So that will definitely domino effect down into Lucid, Rivian, a lot of other EVs. Of the call options that were purchased today, there's a consensus for it to be roughly about $4 by the end of this week and as well next week. So a lot more optimism for that. Looking at puts though, it is anticipated for it to be sub around 250. So kind of extreme polar opposites for that. Some points to watch for with it at $3.50. It is trading between this pivot and this R1. So it did get over a very strong resistance of this pivot point of $3.40. So going into tomorrow and the rest of the week, definitely technicals are in favor of a nice continuation of a rally. So you want to watch that 340 to hold. Vice versa, 407 is going to be that next strong target, so the next strong resistance. Looking right here though, number of retail investors have been selling their children, their cars, and getting into Lucid. You can tell that based on the momentum indicator. Stochastic is at 63, so it is kind of high. If it does continue this momentum to potentially the $4 range, it will need to retrace back down and consolidate. That's kind of normal for technicals and generally very healthy long term, because it would be overbought and whatever else. So stochastic is getting up there a little bit, not yet, but soon if it does continue this uptrend. There is no defined trend right now though, so it's not bullish or bearish, as you can kind of see based on this. So overall, I think bigger and better things might be coming Lucid's way. They definitely do need to hit a home run when it comes down to their upcoming earnings, and that is slated for February the 21st. So definitely we'll have to see what they give for future guidance and their targets for 2024. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Give yourself a shout out as well if you bought, if you sold, what did you do with Lucid? And like I said, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for an account with Moomoo, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Take advantage of this, link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.